And I guess that's why I'm like, yo, you're a bitch because you're choosing just to give into your temporary pleasures forever and not ever. And you're basically just washing your hands. You're 23 years old. You have yet to live life. You're going to give up now? You just started.
Listen,
you didn't even.
I didn't know what. It's extremely hard.
Yeah, I'm just. It pisses me off, bro.
You're
It pisses me
right
off,
now.
bro. It just gets me upset, bro. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the NOA Podcast. Speaking as your co-host, Tyler. I'm here. My man's Trey. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support that you guys continue to show us for real.
Appreciate you.
You can check us out on Instagram. The Instagram's going to be NOA_podcast. You can check out me and Trey as well. Mine is Tyler_Waller3. His is Trey_Park7. All episodes of the NOA Podcast are available on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on TikTok as well. That's going to be NOA Podcast 1 as well as NOA Podcast 2. Also, we have a new YouTube channel. That's going to be NOA Podcast clips. So anyone who doesn't necessarily have time to watch the whole podcast, we do have clips up. We also have a NOA's Adventures page, which is just like me and Trey, like just living life. So we're going to continue to post on that. We already have 2 vlogs up. We're probably going to continue to post with that as well. And we have another channel that's going to be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, make sure you check out the NOA Podcast page for the Wednesday show that drops every Wednesday exclusively on YouTube.
Yep.
And so let's get into it. Trey, how's everything, Brody? How you
doing
living,
pretty
Brody?
well. I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain, bro. Got to work out today, so I'm quite grateful for that. Overall, man, quite blessed. How are you?
Nah, man, I can't complain. Similar to you, worked out a little bit today. Slowly getting back into the
grind.
Facts.
How'd you feel like your workout went?
I don't know. I'm hard-headed. Like, it's hard because like I'm hurt, but like I want to work out. So I mean, I did a little something which was cool.
You're like try to take it easy, but like you want to kind of get back into things.
Exactly.
You want to push yourself too far and like.
So I did 1 or 2 things. That's why after that I just stopped and I just kind of just like basically just like trained you for the rest of the time. But it's hard because especially because like I want to work out.
You enjoy it.
Exactly.
Like that's just what you live for.
Exactly.
You know, that's not it's not even working out to you. It's kind of like it's like fun.
I remember you telling
me it's fun.
It's fun. That's why it's easy for me because it's fun. Like, I enjoy coming here. It's easy to come here. Like it's not that big of a deal for me. So it's actually harder not to work out. But I'm trying to be smart and kind of think about like longevity. So like, if I just give my body time to heal.
You'll be better off.
Yeah, because I don't want any like setbacks or anything like that.
Exactly. And if you don't give yourself that time to heal, you kind of rush back.
Exactly.
Then you spend up even more time out because
just because
you
I was rushing,
heal whatever damage that was done, and just like might as well just take the time, go slow, work your way back up.
Facts.
So when you are ready to fully come back, you won't have to have no types of problems or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
But overall, everything's good, bro. No
Facts.
complaints.
All right, so first question I kind of want to get into. So I saw 2 videos.
Okay.
One was about a lady. She was complaining that men aren't approaching women and they actually would prefer to like masturbate and play video games.
So men don't approach women.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then actually try to go get an actually living woman and like, court her and then have sex with her.
Yeah.
So guys are just like, listen, I'll go play my video games and I'll just like watch pornography instead of even exactly. And then I watched a video of a guy saying similar things. He's just been noticing stats of young men choosing to they're pulling back now from society. They're not going out and working as much. They're not going out and doing and interacting with females as much. They are now choosing to just sit at home, play video games, watch pornography, and like that's how they're just getting their fix. They're not going out there and trying to conquer the world like they used to, trying to take over like big corporations. Yeah. They're just like, listen, man, we're done. Like we're not going.
So you would say they're more closed off?
Yes, which is quite surprising because I didn't expect a lot of younger men in our generation to be doing that. But it also kind of makes sense because for the past 20-so-odd years, a lot of young guys have been hearing we don't need men, this, that, the other. Frankly, it has been it's turned quite difficult to court a female these days, A lot of ladies say if you don't have money, don't even try to talk to them in the first place. And a lot of young guys, especially guys coming out of college, guys who haven't fully gotten their careers together, they don't have money in the first place to kind of get girls. So they're just like, well, if I can't get you and I need money to get you, I'm just going to spend money on the video games.
But think about it like that. All right, you need money to get them. So I guess, I'm not sure if I'm playing devil's advocate, but like, you need money to get them. Right. But don't you think you should, and kind of what you just said, you said the man said that guys are staying inside instead of working.
Yeah.
So what do you think to kind of fix some of this a little bit? if a man just kind of got money, easier said than done, but I also feel like you coming out of college, you still need money to buy these video games.
True.
There's no way you're getting this shit for the free.
Yeah, of course.
So don't you think, like, if a man actually tried to apply himself, found a decent job, even if it was a shitty job, just tried working 40 hours, like just tried grinding just to get as much money as he can, don't you think then he would be, I'm not going to say, I don't think worthy is a good word at all, but don't you think he would be...
Easier to get them?
Yeah, like kind of, I guess, in a better spot or a better position to possibly even court a woman.
Now, ideally, yes. But for a lot of the guys, there's no incentive. You know? We always hear that the big stat is like 80% of women only like 20% of men.
Which is wild.
I know, it's crazy, right? It's absolutely crazy. But actually, it's unfortunate, but I actually do believe it now.
You do?
Like, I actually do believe it.
Is there something that happened that kind of caused you to believe such that?
I mean, if you just look at a lot of ladies' actions, man, I do believe that a lot of, and social media has like kind of made this more prominent, but I do think most women don't like men, and the main reason they put up with us is for financial benefit. It's like they need someone to take care of their kids. They need someone to take care of them. So like,
you know,
fine,
I really want to play devil advocate. And I'm not sure if you have an answer for this.
All right, I'll try my best.
But I'm very curious about what you have to say about this. So you said women basically, they're upset that men are not approaching.
Yeah.
And that I know a lot of females are kind of like, okay, I don't need no man, or I want a man to make X amount.
Yeah.
How do you explain the women fucking with like bum ass niggas?
Oh,
because
that's a good question. Yeah,
I have. There have been multiple. I've seen it. I've seen it in person with my own eyes, and then I've also seen it just through videos of girls fucking with guys who just like ain't it. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm all high and mighty.
Of course.
But like you fucking with niggas who got like no jobs, bro.
Yeah.
Like ain't making no type of money.
Yeah,
or like not even trying to better themselves, like living at their parents' basement and not working.
Yeah,
not even
anything. Yeah.
Not even living there to stack money.
Yeah,
just living there
just to live there.
Cause it's easy.
Yeah. Don't pay no rent.
Don't pay no rent,
bills,
no nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So like how do you kind of explain that? I know it's kind of a hard question, but like
there's a large portion of women that like to fix men. They want to fix men, and I believe you were telling me about a video the other day. That
oh
we had
my
seen
gosh, this actually made me upset.
Wherein like I've come to notice women when they meet a man who kind of has his stuff together, they're like, well, he's already perfect. There's nothing to fix about him.
He's boring.
That
got me so.
There's no pushback. He's not arguing with me. You know, he's not feeling that emotional connection, as they want to call it, compared to a guy who might not have his shit together. They might have him go through more arguments, trying to push him to be better. You know, trying to build him into the man that they want him to be. But when he doesn't achieve those goals, they get mad. And that's the whole emotional aspect of things. So if I had to say, of course, I can't speak for all of them, but just from what I have noticed, women like that tend to go for men who are less than. I've also seen videos of girls saying that they don't want to be with men that are better than them.
Oh, yeah.
So they prefer to be the higher up in the relationship and the guy is lower than them so that they feel superior to some extent. So that could also be a reasoning as to why there are girls out there going for guys that are just like aren't as put together as a man who might have like a regular 9-to-5, have like an apartment or a house, you know, have like a 401k that he has kind of got going for himself, has his stuff
has
together.
His shit together, well dressed, groomed.
Either being in a trade or actually having like a college degree, whatever it is. Like a man who's actively trying to put himself together. Another hypothesis I have with this is some women, when they get a good man, because they have been with so many bad guys before, they don't know what it's like to handle a good man. So they think because he has standards, he's trying to hold me back. He's trying to do this or that to me. They kind of misconstrued his actions as being abusive when it's really just me trying to protect you. And then there are other things that they might think where, one, like you said, he's just boring because good men, we want peace.
Bro, that video was wild.
They just don't want stress.
That's what I'm saying. That's like not what we... There's no need to bring any added drama.
No.
Like life regardless,
It's already dramatic.
is already stressful in itself.
Yeah.
So there's no need to bring any added drama. But that video was wild because the dude was basically talking, and he was like, basically girls find guys who were like well-dressed, well put together, groomed, all this other stuff. Like, they just find you boring. You're just not as fun. You're just not as exciting.
You're playing.
Exactly, bro. And I'm like, yo, that makes no sense because it's a little contradictory. Because you want a guy with money. You want a guy that's kind of put together, that's kind of a certain way. But, like, as soon as you kind of get that guy, he's boring.
Mm-hmm.
This makes, like, I'm kind of confused by it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You say you want one thing, but then when you get it, you don't want it no more.
Yeah. That's why I stopped listening to women.
So I was like, I
just don't listen to, especially in regards to relationships. I don't listen to them no more.
But then also it's the huge thing which everyone kind of already knows is like girls kind of like bad boys or guys who kind of, like you said, kind of like need fixing because they're much more. They might not be stable, but they're much more exciting.
Girls like to tame them, and then it's very big for them to say they tamed the bad guy. You know, I've noticed this in the past when I still deal with women now, but I don't do it as much as I used to. Back when I was dealing with a lot more women, whenever I told them I didn't want a relationship, I noticed they seeked me out more because they were trying to get a relationship out of me, essentially trying to get me to go back on whatever morals or grounds that I kind of set for myself.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you give that to them, they're like, I quit. I achieved.
They won in a way.
Exactly. And that's what the bad boy kind of gives. The other guy, I guess we can call him the good guy in this sense, he gives them that stability. You know you're going to get a relationship out of him. You know you are.
Because he doesn't want that drama. He doesn't want to play no games.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, listen, I'm trying to find a wife to settle down with. Like, that's my ultimate goal. So if you get with me, that's the overall, if we're dating, that's what it's leading up to.
Yeah.
So they know eventually they're going to get that. So there's that stability. There's that, all right, I know what's locked in. The bad guy, you don't know what's locked in. He's unpredictable. They love that unpredictability.
Exactly.
It's like, I can't tell if he's going to actually do this one day. Is he going to call me tomorrow? What is he going to do? So it leaves them on their toes, which is exciting. Dramatic at the same time, but exciting. But a lot of young men have seen this, and that's kind of why a lot of us just pull back. It's like, listen, I'll just hop on Discord with my niggas and just, like, play video games. I'll just, hop on live and just, like, play video games.
Do you think it's the majority? Or do you think, all right, that was kind of vague. Do you think it's the majority of women, or do you think it's a minority of women who are kind of saying this that's kind of like possibly spewing the message and kind of ruining it a little bit for like everyone else in a way?
That's a great question, Tyler. It's a tough one, but I'm gonna do my best to try to answer it. In our generations, that's Gen Z, I do think it's a majority now, and that's just because of how they've been raised.
Because we essentially grew up seeing this shit.
Yes.
Like, we grew up with this.
Yes. And think about the amount of videos that you see on TikTok of girls saying how much. Essentially, the question is how much money a man needs to make. Yeah. $500,000.
They be saying so wild.
$1 million. I saw one girl say $1 million a month. Who out here is making $1 million a month, bro? What regular person's making $1 million a month?
You ain't gonna find homie on the street.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna find homie on the street, bro.
So you see videos like that, then you see other videos. It was like, yo, what's one thing you never told your ex? I cheated on him.
Oh my!
The amount of girls saying they cheat on their ex-mans, bro. Young men see this. They see this. They're like, yo, I want to deal with this stress.
You know, crazy. To kind of go, I sent you this video yesterday. I'm on Instagram, and I see this one video, and it's literally this guy going up, and he's like, yo, have you ever cheated on your significant other? Yes. Have you ever cheated on your... It's so many girls saying yes to that thing.
And they're laughing about it.
Bro, they enjoyed it. One girl said, you don't know if you love your man unless until you cheat on him.
Bro, I remember seeing that. I was so disappointed when I heard
what?
that. I was so disappointed when I heard that.
She was like, I've cheated on every guy I had. And she was like, I haven't felt bad, so that means I ain't love any of them. And I was like, bro, what? What are we doing?
But young men see that, Tyler. It
is, because I'm not going to lie. I saw that shit and I was like...
It's extremely disheartening.
It is, bro.
It's like, yo, who can you trust?
I'm like, damn, maybe I should just like focus on myself.
And you know what? That thought process that you had in that moment, a lot of young men have that.
But here's...
And that's why they're coming back to the video game.
But here's my problem, though. This is my problem with that. Mm-hmm. They're choosing to use that to fucking just watch porn and play video games. Mm-hmm. They're not using that to better themselves in any type of way. It's not like I will have much more respect for guys saying, okay, I'm not chasing girls, but I'm working 40 plus hours. I'm trying to build myself as a person. I'm going to the gym. I'm trying to stop drinking or smoking. I'm trying to truly better myself to be the best person I could possibly be. Compared to these motherfuckers who just seems like, okay, I can't get a girl, so I'm going to work less. I'm not going to work as much. I'm going to just play video games with the brodies all day. I have a feeling these guys are probably getting intoxicated. And I'm just going to masturbate and watch porn. One is not seeking girls, but is doing stuff that's going to elevate him.
You up, yeah.
One is not seeking girls, but is doing things that's kind of destroying him.
Keeping you mediocre, yeah.
So it's like, I can understand where you're coming from, but it's like, what are you using with that time?
Once again, there's no incentive to get better. Everything in this, for better or for worse, in America, we've made everything quite easy.
Yeah.
There is no incentive to get better. The reason in the past men actively tried to improve themselves was to get women.
Yeah.
But if they know now women don't like them, women aren't going to deal with them, a lot of guys are like, all right, what's the point? So, a lot of men don't see it as I'm making myself a better man for me. They see it as I'm making myself a better man so eventually I can get a good woman. But if most women don't want men, there's like, what's the point of me getting better? I'm going to just do what I want to do. And most guys just want to play video games and jerk off.
Which that's fantastic when you're our age.
Yeah.
But I guess how I'm thinking, and it might just be how we think a little bit, is like, that's cool now, but like when you're 33, that ain't cute no more, Playboy.
Shit, man.
There's
33-year-old men doing that.
I know, and that's a bad look. And I understand the whole, like, a lot of things men do is for women, which is cool and fine, but I also look at that as you're putting your happiness in something else. You're putting your chips all into, I do this only for women.
Well,
so then kind of when you don't get a woman, it's kind of like disheartening in the way it hurts. So now what? You're going to fall into, you're just going to go and just live your life.
That's why
video games.
That's why they're not putting all those chips into women anymore. They're putting chips into something that they know they will at least get happiness out of.
Which
is the video games and the.
But I guess how.
And I'm not trying to say that's the right.
No, I understand. You're just keeping the comment. I understand.
But like, it's kind of like the lesser of two evils in a way. If I know there's a 50% chance I'm gonna get a divorce, it goes up to like 90% if she went to college with me, and like the court system, chances are, is going to take my kids away. There's a decent chance that the kid might not be mine because paternal fraud's a thing. Why am I going to put myself in the position to possibly ruin my life for the next 18, 20, 35 years staying with a woman that chances are wouldn't have picked me in the first place?
I think you're still,
and I can just go for things that would make me personally happy as a man.
But I think in the long run, you're still putting yourself in a position where you're going to be happy. You're going to be upset for the next 18 to 20 years or whatever.
Why?
Why? Because this is what you want right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe video games and masturbation is very much of a temporary pleasure. And I think it's cool right now, but I don't believe any man is going to be happy with himself at the age of 40 still masturbating and playing video games. I just don't believe so. Now, you might keep doing it, but I think on the inside, you're not going to be fulfilled. Now, I'm not saying that women are going to bring said fulfillment. I'm not saying that at all. But I just don't think that, because I just don't think that doing that for your whole life, unless you're getting paid for it, I don't think it's going to bring any type of happiness.
I don't personally think it's women that bring that fulfillmentness. I think what women are part of that, and the fulfillment is family. Is actually having a woman that you respect and raising kids with her. That's the fulfillment. But because most women don't like most men, of course, and most women aren't willing to settle for the average man, they said, I believe the stat, it used to be 30%. Now it's like up to 40. 40% of women around the ages of like, are of marriageable age in 2030 will be single and childless.
Oh, yeah, I heard some shit like that, yeah.
So if 40% of women around that time is going to be single and childless, damn near the same thing's going to be going on with the guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to have both genders, single and childless. Everyone's just living on their own. People aren't going to be getting together in that sense. So because of that, we're going to have both people as just standoffish towards each other. Yeah. Men ain't going to trust women. Men already don't trust women now. It's kind of like... I
don't think anyone trusts anyone.
Nah.
I don't think anyone trusts
I was just about to say, men don't trust women, but equally, women don't trust men. It's truly a standoff. It's a war, in a way. It's like a standoff war between the genders. And as a man seeing this, it's kind of sad. I ain't go front because I was... I guess I come up in the generation of the whole Disney fairy tales.
Facts.
And
it wasn't like this. None of this was.
High
School Musical had none of these problems, bro.
15 years ago.
Nah.
20 years ago, it wasn't like this, you know. But apparently, I'm hearing from the older generations now, the millennials and the guys who came before us, that this been happening for the past 40 years, 50, 60 years.
We're just
this isn't the start of this. We're just seeing the culmination of what's popping off for the past 60 years, and everything's playing out now.
And then also the growth of technology also probably
sped it up.
Exactly.
It sped it up.
Yeah.
So that's where I have kind of come to the conclusion that most women don't like most men. And because of this, we already know most men like women. We like women regardless.
Facts.
You just got to be attractive, feminine, and fit. And that's more than enough. But, of course, the laundry list of things that women kind of want out of men is just much more, much more intuitive. And there's just a lot of stuff that they need.
You don't think they give in, though?
Women are not willing to settle. I've seen women say they will perfectly.
But I'm saying by 20, let's say this is true. By 2030, 40% of women of marriageable age are single and childless. Mm-hmm. You don't think they'll ever give in and be like, you know what, maybe?
I think a small majority will, but I think a small majority will, but the masses won't, because women are very stuck in their ways. And they're perfectly willing to go down with the ship. They're like, well, we'll die. I've seen women say they'll die single before they get with a man that's not on their level.
That's kind of tragic.
Yeah, and it is what it is. You know, it's gonna come off harsher on them though, because here's the thing: women are gonna keep being born. So generations upon generations of women will come, and then the next generation of women will see this and be like, oh well, these women are single and they're sad, they're not happy. We don't want to be like them. So the guys who are in their 30s and 40s are just going to get the younger girls. They're doing that now. There are men who are in their 40s and their 30s are getting girls in their
like 21s,
22s, you know? And there are women who are in their 40s and their 30s. They're mad at the same men in their generation because they're like, yo, why are you
dating younger girls?
I was at work the other day and a lady was telling me she's like 25 and she was dating a 35-year-old. He left her and he got with a 21-year-old.
Damn.
And she was like, he's a creep for getting with such a young girl. And I'm like, well,
there's only a 4-year difference between y'all two. Like how much? Like what are we talking about?
Are you for real right now? Like, do you not see because you're?
It's only a 4-year difference. It's not that big of a.
It's not that far.
It's not that off. It's like, what are you? You were just doing the same thing.
And I could only imagine what women in his age range are saying.
Oh yeah, they're probably upset.
You know, they're just like, yo, what are you doing? You're dating kids. When you're not, you're a legal adult.
You are an adult.
You're 21. You tell me a 35-year-old man can't get with a 21-year-old if they truly like each other. Now maybe they don't have a whole bunch in common because they're coming from different
different
generations,
so
or
like,
just they have that. But I still believe you can get along with somebody.
Oh, without
and if you like them, you like them. It is what it is. But there's just they can't date like us. A 21-year-old guy getting with a 35-year-old woman is not the same as a 21-year-old woman getting with a 35-year-old man. There's longevity in the male relationship with the younger lady. The longevity with the older woman with the young man is just not the same. Because that young man is thinking, "Damn, I'm getting some ass right now. This is great."
He's not thinking about starting a family.
No,
or like having kids.
No, but when he wants to start a family, when he's her age, she's gonna be much older than him. He's like, "Well, I can't really start a family with you."
I mean, even if you look 5 years, even if not, he's not her age, but just like 5 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
He's 26. And he's like, okay, I want a kid, but she's 40 now.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the chances of now? Obviously, you can still give birth at 40.
It's just,
but it's just so much harder.
It's just so much more difficult.
Exactly.
So it's like you might as well just get with a younger girl at that point. So then he'll leave her and go get a younger girl, and then the woman who's in her 40s is like, damn, like now I have no one.
Yeah.
You know, overall, I do think the whole thing is going to kind of backfire in both genders. I blame a little bit of feminism. I ain't even go sit here and cap.
I understand a lot of things you said personally, and I know you do not agree with this. I understand you're just talking for argument's sake. Yeah, I'm just talking
for argument's sake.
But I just don't think that just because females don't like you, that's an excuse to play video games and watch porn. I personally don't think that's a good excuse. Like, yo, go fix yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something, or at least do something that you could really be proud of years down the line. Because
I think that's great advice, but not all men strive to be great.
Listen, man, I understand that. I understand that, and I know a lot of men will be like, "Yo, fuck you, bro." Like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I understand, but just how I think, just because females don't like me, doesn't mean because think about it like this. This is how I think, and you probably think the same way.
Yeah.
Say females don't like me. Well, I like females.
Yeah. That
doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get mine regardless. So if that means I have to better myself and upgrade myself with finances, I'm going to do what it takes so I can give me a shorty.
Of course.
I'm not just going to be like, all right, well, you know what? I quit. Fine. I quit. I'm going to go play video games and I'm going to masturbate. I'm going to just stay by myself and I'm not going to work that much. And that's just not how I'm going to get mine regardless. See. Now, if I have to put in work to get mine, fair enough. But I'm 20-something years old. I got all this fucking energy. I'm not going to waste this sitting inside all fucking day.
Just smart.
Fuck that.
Absolutely
I'm going to go get it, bro.
Absolutely smart. And you know what? I do have that same mindset. But we have, in this generation that we are in now, I think a person who has that mindset is just very, very far and few between. Or few and far between. What we have now is a whole bunch of victims. Everyone wants to victims. Everyone wants to one-up each other on how bad their life is.
That is true.
So there is no incentive to try to make your life better. And the way guys live, they're perfectly fine living. Like, listen, I'll go to work, and then I'll come home. I'll play video games. I won't really go out.
They're fine basically just doing the bare minimum. Yeah. Living in the bare minimum.
Because they're just like, yo, society, the way the society is set up currently, it's not going to improve. So why am I going to try to make myself better? For what? For what reason? I'm not going to get no pussy anyway. So why even bother? A lot of guys think like that. A lot of guys have this defeatist mentality. And listen, I can't even blame him for having it because it does kind of seem dire. But I personally, regardless of how bad it gets, and say this, say I get successful and I still don't get women. That's perfectly fine.
At least you're successful.
I still want to be successful for myself.
That's what I'm saying. Also, like, and I know not everyone has a family, but like, besides from the family I might want to make with a girl or whatever, if I choose to have kids and all the other stuff, like I have a family that I already come from, that I am very blessed to have a very loving family. So I would like to give back to them. So before I'm even thinking about giving this life to this girl, I'm doing this shit to give this life to my parents and my sisters type shit. But personally, how I think too, and I guess to a certain extent, I could understand the argument of them niggas, but I just think you're a bitch. It's just what it is, bro. I don't care.
You know, it's fair. It's fair. You can't think that.
That's just how I think,
you can't think that. But me personally, I guess I would say I don't think they're a bitch.
I think you're a bitch because you are choosing defeat. You chose defeat.
I'm not sure if that's defeat though, Tyler.
You just said they have a defeatist mindset.
It's a defeatist mindset, but I'm not saying they're choosing defeat.
Yes,
because they're just choosing. They're choosing what makes them happy at the end of the day. What makes you happy isn't the same thing as what makes someone else happy. It's a defeatist mindset, yeah, because you're just giving up on life. But like at the end of the day, if I want to come in, play FIFA all the time, well, that's what makes me happy. Maybe playing games my entire life is what I want to do.
Listen, bro.
And that's just what it is.
Unless you're getting paid for it, Playboy. I just think
I don't think most of these are getting paid for
that's what I'm saying.
They're not good enough.
My point exactly. I have nothing. Listen, there's nothing wrong with playing video games. I'm not saying that. I play video games. But if that's what you only do, come on, bro. Now, if you're getting paid for it, I got nothing. I can't talk. Yeah, you're making money for it.
You're finding a way to make money with
you're playing video games 18 hours a day, but someone's giving you a check, whether that's YouTube or it's for a company or whatever. I can't talk. But I just have a very sneaky suspicion that majority of the men that we're talking about are not getting paid for this.
No, they're not getting paid for that, but they have. I've heard a decent amount of them have jobs that they go to. They just don't. They do the bare minimum amount of work. They don't try to do overtime or anything like that.
I figure they have to work.
So they still make money to some extent, but they just don't go out of the way to meet women. They don't go out of the way to go to bars and clubs. I've even seen recently, like, men haven't been showing up to bars lately. Like, men still go to bars, of course, but it's just not to the amount that
once was.
And there were a couple ladies like complaining like men aren't buying them drinks now. It's because there's no men at the bars to buy them drinks. It's like, damn, nigga, it's kind of backfired in a way.
Like, shit, I gotta buy my own now.
Yeah, you got to buy your own drinks, because bars ain't gonna just giving them shits out for free. Like, it's like, all right, well,
No. The bar's like, yo, we gotta make money. We gotta.
Not how we're. It's not how we're doing.
This is a business.
Yeah. At the end of the day, so I wouldn't call them bitches. I wouldn't.
I would.
And that's fair. You can't have your opinion.
I just
on that.
feel like you're giving. You have a defeatist mindset, and you're choosing to give into that mindset. Everything is mental. Everything is what you think. Everything is what you make it mentally. Mm-hmm. So you're choosing just to give in because a female does not like you now. You are basically saying, well, that means she's never going to like me. So why am I even going to try to better myself?
Well, it's not a singular female. It's just women in general.
Well, why would I even try to better myself for any prospect of any woman? Why?
Like,
so
what's
it's
the
just
point?
like, what's the point? Because I guess the point will still be is I understand everything is easy.
I don't have to hunt for food no more. If I pay my bills, I have shelter over my head.
But I guess what the point is, because I understand that makes you happy now, but that's not gonna make you happy. It's not gonna make you happy later in life.
And that's the thing, Tyler. What makes you happy and what makes someone else happy are two different things.
I understand that, but I just feel like a man is not going to. Now, yes, there are men out there. I understand there are people who do this. Like, I understand. But I still feel like deep down inside, like in your soul, you might not tell nobody this, but I just feel like deep down inside.
Yeah, you'll go feel like something's wrong with you.
You're going to feel like, yo, this ain't it. I'm not happy. Now, just because you keep doing the behavior over and over doesn't mean you're happy about it.
No.
And just because you tell somebody, are you happy? And they're like, yeah. Doesn't mean that they're happy.
No.
And I just have a feeling that just playing video games and masturbating is just killing your soul. And it's okay to do right now, but when you're 23, cool. When you're 33, you're not going to feel that great. By the time you're 43, you're a little bit dead inside. 53, nigga, you're still doing the same thing you did at 23. Now you're sitting there analyzing your life. Mm-hmm. And now, like you just said, you said earlier something about family. By the time you're 53 and you're lonely, you're going to be like, damn, I wish I had that family. It'd be nice to have a family. It'd be nice to have all this. Well, maybe if you applied yourself when you were at fucking 23 and put in the work, maybe by the time you were 33, or it could have been even earlier, you might would have found a girl who actually might have just accepted you for you and loved you. And would have been able to make a family with you. Or you might have been able to have enough money to where you could have get any girl you want. But you never would have known because you never decided to apply yourself. Mm-hmm. You decided to give in to temporary pleasures, which is fun right now. But when you're 53, that shit is not good. And I guess that's why I'm like, yo, you're a bitch, because you're choosing just to give into your temporary pleasures forever and not ever. And you're basically just washing your hands. You're 23 years old. You have yet to live life. You're going to give up now? You just started.
Listen,
you didn't even.
I didn't know what. It's extremely hard.
Yeah, it pisses me off, bro.
You're spitting right now.
It just gets me upset, bro.
Spitting right now. If I wasn't trying to just, for the sake of argument,
I understand.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I do. Because I think it is wrong for you just to, instead of trying to actually actively try to better yourself, you're just like, listen, I'm just going to play video games the entire time. But unfortunately, a lot of men don't have that mindset. They're just like, listen, man, I don't care. Not to mention, I feel like the videos that we see of women online don't help.
Nah,
a lot of men feel kind of helpless in regards, like they approach women, they get rejected quite harshly, they see just the behaviors of younger ladies and just what they're doing. Yeah, they're just kind of like, well, what's the point anymore, And you'd be surprised the amount of people that are willing to put up with that. Didn't you? I remember you were reading a story, like one of those Reddit stories. Yeah. There's a guy from like France or something.
He was living in France. He was living in France. He was actually married.
Yeah.
But all he did, he said his full-time job was just masturbating.
Like what? It was 80 hours a week or some shit like that, bro.
Some wild.
That's it. And he just does that and gets intoxicated.
But this is the one thing. He even said this. He said, "I am not happy."
That's what I'm saying. So people will be listen.
I know people will be unhappy and do the bullshit.
People won't be unhappy. But I'm just saying, people will be unhappy and still do those same things. Yeah. Men and women alike. I've heard of stories of women being unhappy in relationships with men that abuse them, and they still go back to those same men. Vice versa. Men being unhappy because their girl's cheating on them and still stay with those same women.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
People will put up with bullshit, bro, and they will do the same things over and over and over again, knowing it's slowly killing them on the inside, and they won't make a change because they're just like, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
This is just what it is, so I just got to accept it. I think overall, though, what you were saying is quite correct. I mean, I'm not going to go as far as calling them bitches, though.
Nah, you are. It's what it is. It's fine. It's fine.
But I do think at the end of the day, as a man, if you truly want happiness, truly, you have to better yourself.
Facts.
You can't cop out and be like, all right, I can't get women, so I'm just not going to try.
Yeah.
You know, I think you should still actively go out there and, of course, don't make them your world. Of course, know that there are a lot of bad girls out there these days.
Yeah.
But know that if you make yourself a better man, eventually you can find yourself a good woman.
Fact.
You know? But yeah, I guess that's where we'll leave that off at. Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of deep. We got kind of deep.
So you want to do the question of the day?
Yeah, a little light up the mood. It was a little, things are a little hostile there. It's fine though. It's fine. All right. So question of the day. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
A friend of yours pays a professional to be your girlfriend for 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
And you find out at month 4. How do you feel and what would you do? So I'm going to kind of explain a little bit.
Of course.
Your best friend won the lottery and didn't tell anyone. He then pays a OnlyFans girl to be the perfect girlfriend. Anytime you want sex, you have sex. Anytime you're sad, she comforts you. Anytime you are angry, they're also angry. They play the role perfectly, but one day you go through their phone to plan a surprise birthday party and see a message from your best friend messaging the girl asking for an update, and she explains, he is happy, he's a good guy, but I'm ready for this to be over. Can I get extra $2,000 this month? The text chain shows everything. How do you feel about finding this out, and what would you do?
You know, I actually wouldn't be mad.
Really?
Yeah, I actually wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be upset.
You just be, I don't care, why wouldn't you be upset?
Yeah, and I had to think about it for a little bit too, because at first, when you first read this question to me a while back, I'm like, you know what, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah, that's kind of foul. That's kind of foul. And I ain't go, it is kind of like, to do that to somebody.
Like, why?
Yeah, you know what?
What's the point?
What's the point,
bro?
What's the point? But after thinking about it for a little bit, you know, I got to have sex with this woman. I got to have like a relationship or whatever it was. Kind of like how I see it, I guess I wouldn't be upset because me personally, I probably wouldn't have taken it as harshly. You know, I'd be like, all right, well, I guess it is what it is type shit. And that might just be my personality type, wherein I just don't take it as serious as someone else does. Someone else might see it as a betrayal. You know, I also think it kind of has to come down to like, all right, what friend did this to me?
Fair enough.
You know, say you did this to me. I will appreciate the pussy I guess I got. You know, I want to know the reasoning as to like why you kind of did
like
that.
What was the purpose?
You know, yeah, what's the purpose? But I guess I would chalk it up to like either your friend kind of like buying you a lap dance or something that you just didn't know about, or like a stripper coming over to you and like, you know, giving you a good time that you ain't really peep. That's at least what I was thinking.
Okay.
So that's my logic behind it.
Fair enough.
Now, I understand the justification because there's a saying that's like, it doesn't matter what your intention was. It just matters if you hurt the person in the process.
Yeah. It's like your intentions mean nothing.
Yeah.
It's like what was the result of your action?
Exactly. But the result of the action is I got a relationship for like 2-3 months or however long before I found out.
I guess it was supposed to be for like 6 months.
And then I found out on the 4th month. So for the 4 months, I got the idea of a relationship, you know? So I guess my mindset is for 4 months, I could not be having sex with a woman. For 4 months, I could not be hanging out with anybody. And I don't have to pay anything. Like she's getting, like I'm assuming because I don't have to get anything, I don't got to pay no money for this.
No, well, he's paying her to be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But like you still got to do
girlfriend shit, like take her on dates and stuff?
Yeah, that's your shorty, bro. Like if you go on a date with her, she's not paying. That's your girl, bro.
See, I figured she would because she's getting paid, so she would.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know she's getting paid.
But she would offer to get. She would offer. She's like, "Hey, listen,
bro,
man.
Come on, let's be honest. You really think she finna offer? She just asked for extra $2,000. You really think she finna offer? Come on,
all right,
now.
all right, that's fair.
Nah, bro.
That's fair. That's
Y'all
fair.
going
That's
out, bro.
fair.
She expecting you to
she's
pay.
still going. All right. I understand. that. I have to make sure at this point that I haven't spent a whole bunch of money on shorty. Because if I spent a whole bunch of money on her,
Are you now more tight?
I'd be a little bit more upset. I'd be a little more upset. At that point, I'm like, nigga, why you do this? I'd still take it as like a light joke, so like I wouldn't ruin the friendship over it, but like yo, bro, like why?
Oh my gosh,
like
bro.
what's your?
That's hilarious.
What's your?
Oh my gosh. Nigga said, well, I had to spend cash on her. Now I'm actually upset, bro. Now I'm a little bit angry.
It's like, all right, what's your reasoning? But what do you think?
Oh, that's funny. I'd be upset.
Yeah?
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I would end the friendship. Like if you did that, I definitely wouldn't be like we're not friends no more. I would be upset though. My main thing is like, yo, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like,
that's my thing too. What is the point?
Like why would you do this shit to me?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would also be upset because I understand where you're coming from, and that's a good way to look at it. But it does kind of suck when you think something is. How am I gonna say? Obviously, you would not fall in love with her, but kind of just to think like this is like a real relationship, and then like it's just like not. It's like damn, she don't even like me.
It's fake.
Fact. Like I'm a nice guy, but like damn, you need an extra $2,000 to fuck with me. Like damn, the base pay wasn't even good enough for me. Type shit. Like damn, bro, you need an extra.
Yeah.
So I'd be upset, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably be a little hurt.
I also want to know how much he's paying her.
Facts. I also would be like, bro, why not? If you wanted to spend that money on me, just give me the cash. Or buy me something that I want. Be like, yo, bro, I have this much money that I want to allocate towards you. I don't want to give you the cash, but I'll buy you something. Fine.
What if his reasoning is he knows you don't got a girl right now, but like he also knows he want a girl, so you just like, I'm gonna set you up with that kind of situation.
Nah, that's a shitty reason. I still be like, come on, nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, I understand I want a shorty, but like, that's just. I would rather you help me in other ways than just like buy me a girl.
Let me ask you this. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of the friend that's doing this.
Okay.
You know, let's think of it differently here. Can you find a way to justify doing the action like that? Like, what would, or better yet,
Like
what do you think a reason would be for you to do something like that? If you had the money, you won the lottery, you want to do that for one of your boys, could you find a reason?
Can I find a reason? Like a real justifiable reason? I think it's very hard. Matter of fact, you might have already said, like, I think the only reason, this might be fucked up, but I think the only reason why I would do this is because, like, I'm bored type shit. Like, I don't see, like, any real reason for me to do this.
Yeah, that's a little more selfish.
Yeah, that is selfish. I'm not even gonna lie, that's very selfish. But I don't see a real justifiable reason. Now, maybe it is kind of just like, yeah, bro, I know you wanted a girl, you had a hard time. So, like, I figured I'd pay her to kind of help you get your, have an experience with her a little bit. So I guess that would be a pretty good reason. Also, maybe if he liked her, I mean, I know it's like an OnlyFans girl, but maybe if it was like a girl that I know he really liked.
See, I actually think it'd be worse if it was a girl he liked. If it was a girl he liked, then you find out, it was like, damn, bro, like that even hurts even more.
I think regardless is rough because the base of the scenario is like she's a perfect girlfriend.
I would do this. What I would tell him is like, I wanted you to know what it was like to be in a good relationship, so you have an example of what a good relationship was like. So now coming out of the situation, when you meet a girl and a girl's treating you some type of way, look back to this, how she was treating you.
But don't you think the guy would always think like, damn, she only treated me like that because of money? So maybe there might be...
Of course,
maybe
but
there
that's
might
an
be,
example of what...
But maybe there might be some skewedness because it's money. So maybe even because she's getting paid, she still might do things that a regular girlfriend who might be perfect in her own right, but she might not do.
Wouldn't do.
But just because you getting money. A lot of people would do much more when you getting paid.
True.
Also, she said an extra $2,000. How many thousands of dollars were you giving her before?
Yeah.
I'm assuming
what if the base was like $10,000?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm assuming this wasn't no like, I'll give you $100 a month.
She asked for $2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, the base might be like 1,000 or something.
That's what I'm saying, or even more. He could be like you said. Could be like she be getting 5,000 a month. She like, damn, this is getting kind of hard. Let me get extra 2K.
Because he also said he won the lottery, so you know how much money he won.
Exactly.
You know,
could be millions and millions.
Could be millions and millions. I
think it's hard to justify that. Like I think that's like hard. Like I think yours is probably the best.
Yeah, I tried to find a way.
Yeah, I think yours.
I mean, I wouldn't do something like that. But if I did do something like this, I'd do my best to try to find a way.
I think yours is like probably the best, but I still think that's kind of foul. I still think a little bit. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'd be a little bit upset. I'm like, damn, nigga, like why would you? Like, cause like you had Shorty lead you on type shit. She's the perfect girlfriend. You like, damn, okay, I'm fucking with Shorty. At this point, you 4 points in. You probably 4 months in. You probably fucking with her.
Do you think it changes if she was just an average girlfriend? So she gives him problems every now and then, kind of just like what a regular woman would do.
Yeah,
so she's not just perfect, you know. She's just like.
I think it would be better, but it's still how my mind works. Is I'm like, damn, you ain't even like me.
It's kind of like you just renting a girl out. You're renting a girlfriend out for your friend for just like a couple months, and you don't know about it.
Yeah, but that's just fat. Like that's fat. Because in my mind, I think that what fucked up is you know the reality I don't.
Yeah,
my reality is skewed.
Yeah.
I think she likes me for me. You know, and she knows she likes you for the money.
And you know what's even crazy too? Cause he's your boy. Yeah. So he'd come like, yo, I met this girl. He's like, tell you about her, and you're just going on, yeah. And then like he introduces y'all, and of course all three of you there talking. It'd be kind of funny to just think about like the only two people in the situation that truly knows what's going on is you and the girl.
Yeah.
Like he's going on and on about this amazing girl he just met. Nigga, little do you know, your boy paid her off. Yeah, that's why she's being the amazing girl.
Exactly, bro. First month already paid for it, type shit. And I think that's for me. That's why I would be angry. It's because I thought this was real, and it's like, nah. It's different than just dating a girl and then it just ain't work out fine. But like the fact that like, damn, she just like me because of the money.
I definitely think younger me would be hurt. Me now, probably not, just because I know I want different things in life. And I know myself, if I were to get a perfect girl, it probably wouldn't end up the way she thought it would end up in the first place. So
yeah, but regardless, though, just the fact that your boy paid for it.
Nah, I would literally just chalk it up to the nigga paid for me to get some pussy, bro.
That's how you think.
That's just it.
In that case, I'd rather you just tell me.
That I mean, of course I would, but for the sake of argument, like he doesn't tell you.
Yeah,
so.
for this case.
But I would prefer you tell me.
If I had a choice, I'd rather just be like, yo, bro, I could pay for you to have a girlfriend for 3 months. And then make me be like, all right, cool. So at least I know.
Nah, but see, here's the thing, right? If you give the person the option to choose, they might be like, nah, I'm good.
That's exactly what I would say.
Exactly. I mean, and he don't want you to do that. So he's just like, I'm going to just do it anyway. Yeah, it's kind of like this, right? Ready? It's kind of like do the action to just ask for forgiveness after. Instead of trying to tell them and then they tell you no, do it. Then they get mad and be like, oh, damn, man, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. You're right.
But you got to hope that they forgive you.
True. That is true. It does depend on how bad it does depend on how bad it is, because you could just ruin your friendship altogether.
I think you also brought up a great point in how much money you invested yourself in. So I understand he paid, but how much money do you pay?
Yeah, how much money?
How many dates did you go on? How many dates did you go on?
Buy Shorty gifts? Did you do that?
Exactly.
It is 4 months though, so I mean. I don't think as a man you should be dropping that much money within a 4 month span.
Nah, you shouldn't.
But like,
there are some niggas
that would. That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Some niggas that would.
He's like, you know what, bro? She'd be like, yo, Shorty, we've been together for 4 months. Let's go on a trip.
Oh, yeah. Take Shorty out.
Take Shorty out. Yeah. What if y'all get together around Valentine's Day and he wants to now spend all this money type shit?
You know, it reminds me of that boxer that spent $85,000.
That's crazy.
$85,000 in one day on the OnlyFans model, by the way.
For Valentine's
Day.
Can't be me. That's
you can't make this shit up, Tyler. You can't make this shit up, bro.
Listen, no matter how much money I ever get, $85,000 on one day, it have to be your birthday type shit. There's no way I'm doing that shit on Valentine's. Come on, bro.
A made-up holiday, bro.
Yeah, like if I had to spend that much, it had to be like your birthday or even Christmas.
Yeah.
But Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day is BS to me, bro. I don't even celebrate that shit. Fuck that.
That is wild, bro.
Yeah, that is insane. That is insane. Let me ask you this real quick though. Does your answer with that change if she's the woman that's kind of built with you over the years and you've kind of like made it now? So say you've had your girl since 21. You know, I'm either met in college or just out. You know, she met you during the struggle. She stayed with you during the struggle. You know, you hit it big now. You're a millionaire. You got money. Valentine's Day comes around. She wants to do a whole bunch of things. Would you then be willing to drop $85,000?
I don't think I can.
Really?
That's just so much money on a fake holiday.
Are you sure? Because when me and you were talking about it, bro, you were like, it don't matter what she want. You just pick it up.
Yeah, but like, what are you buying for $85,000? 85. That's a lot of money. What are we doing?
I don't know. Some cars cost $85,000.
All right, I think. All right, you know what? Maybe I wouldn't say no, but it depends on what it is. Fine, if you want a new car, I think that's a little different. Because like, okay, I want a car. It just so happened to be $85,000 here. But like,
so clothes and shoes has not waited for you.
I'm just thinking like, what are you doing for 80? I just think that's a lot. That's just a lot of money. Just to spend like just on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, just to spend on one day. Between 24 hours, bro.
To be honest, I will honestly rather do that not on Valentine's Day. I would rather do it like on your birthday or anniversary.
So just a more special day.
Or like, yeah.
I could do anniversary. I don't mind doing anniversary.
Because it's
I don't mind doing anniversary or birthday.
I feel like Valentine's Day is just so like superficial.
It's not real, bro.
It's just a holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. I'm really just doing it. And the reason why I feel like you want this is because everybody else is getting some on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's not even like you really care that much, but it's because everybody else is posting and it's Valentine's Day. Now you want it. Now, your birthday is a little different. It's the day you were born.
It's your special day.
Our anniversary is a little different because they were celebrating us.
Yeah.
Even Christmas, I wouldn't even mind buying you something nice for Christmas.
True.
But I just think there's a superficialness that comes with Valentine's Day. Now, I'm not saying I won't spend any money on my shorty on Valentine's Day, but for me to drop 85,000 beans on a fake holiday is brazy to me.
It's a lot to do.
It's brazy to me.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But we are getting near the end of the show. Around this time, we give advice. Trey, you have any advice?
My advice to the guys out there: I understand choosing video games over sex, because you do avoid getting girls pregnant. However, I don't believe you should choose video games over making yourself a better man. So I would encourage y'all to go out there, go to the gym, learn how to socialize, put yourself into positions where you can meet other men of likely stature that can make you a better man for the future. So that's my advice.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to piggyback off my mans. Please, man. I understand. Bitches might not be fucking with you now. And this is kind of unfortunate. I truly understand the pain. But like, bro, video games and masturbation just ain't it. That's like not the answer, bro. Like, figure something else positive. Get a job, start making money, work more hours, take care of your body, eat good, work out, read books, do things productively. Fuck it, go outside, bro. If you're gonna do, at least take a walk type shit. Get some type of fresh air. But like, masturbating in video games is really not the answer just because females really ain't feeling you right now. I just think that's a cop-out, me personally. So that'd be my advice. Once again, thank y'all for watching.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys for rocking with us, especially if you made it all the way to the end.
For real.
Check us out on YouTube. You can also find us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts as well. If you guys do not want to watch the whole podcast, please watch out NOA Podcast clips on YouTube. Check out NOA Adventures. That's the vlog channel. More vlogs will be coming soon. Check us out on Instagram. There's going to be NOA_podcast. You can find us on TikTok as well. There's going to be NOA Podcast 1 and NOA Podcast 2. Also, the Wednesday show is exclusive to YouTube. Yep. So please make sure you check this out. Once again, thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
Have a good one.